First and follow. So why do we need first and follow in compiler and what is its use? So let us discuss in detail. First and follow is a function which tells the compiler which grammar rule should it apply to get the desired output. Say for example, I have a production here which tells me S gives AB and another production which tells me B, okay, and I have to produce a string which is B, okay. So here it is just a two grammar and I have to produce B. So you can see here that A will be producing B. So compiler will use these two functions in order to justify that which among these two grammar it should use in order to produce this particular string. Let us take an example and understand how it actually does this first and follow sets. So here we have an example and where we can use a string CAD which is our output string, and here you can see that in order to produce this string first we have to use S production which would give me C, then we have to use A production which would give me A, okay. So this is how we would be able to parse and fetch this particular string. So this we can obtain by using first function. You can see here that the first terminal of this particular grammar is C, okay. So it can use this function, and before even using this grammar it can check whether to use this particular grammar or not by using its first value. If its first value satisfies our given string, then only we will use that particular production. Okay, let us take one more example. So here we have to produce a string AB. So you have to use this production first, A, B, right? We have to use this production, and if we already know that epsilon is produced by B which would eliminate B from this string, then we would get the desired output AB. Okay, so this we can only get through finding the follow of B. If we know that the follow of B is small b, then we can easily eliminate this particular B from this production and we can get our string from this particular output. So this is the use of first and follow. Basically, it just tells us beforehand that which production should the compiler use in order to create our desired string output. Now let us discuss about first function. The first function is a function which tells us the set of terminals that begins from a desired production rule. Let us take example and understand how to find the first set. So here we have a grammar and we will be finding the first of R. So here you can see that the first terminal of this particular production is R. That's why we would include A in our first of R. Then second production would be B, and lastly will be epsilon. So you can easily guess that whatever the first terminal that we are getting in a production will be called as the first of R. Let us take the another example where we will be finding follow of R. Here you can see that the first terminal that is in production of R is A. That's why, sorry, that's why the first of R is A. Okay. Similarly, the first of A will be, here you can see that C is the first of A. So we will write C, and next term would be epsilon. Similarly, the first of B will be D, and second term will be epsilon. Here, this is the third example and it is little tricky. You can see that here it is a variable. So whenever this kind of questions are given, you just find the first of A and B first, then you just put the value of first in place of variable A. Okay, so let's just find the first of A. The first of A is A and epsilon, right? And first of B is B and epsilon. Okay, so in order to find the first of R, what we have to do is we have to put the variable first of A. Okay, so what is the first of A? First of A is A and epsilon. So the first of R will also be A and epsilon. Finding the follow of any grammar or any production. Say for example, if you want to find the follow of some production, some set, the first rightmost terminal that you find will be the follow of that particular variable. Okay, so let us take an example and understand. So say for example you want to find the follow of R. Okay, so you can see that the occurrence of R is here, 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 here. Okay, so what is the follow of R here? The follow of R is first follow of R is B. Okay, and here you can see in the second R we have nothing here. When we have nothing present, we then write it as dollar. For third R, the follow is A, right? And for fourth R, it's again dollar. We have already mentioned dollar, that's why we won't write it again. So this will be the follow of R. Now let's find the follow of R, A and B. Okay. So here you can see that R is not present here. So we won't be able to find the follow of R. But we will be able to find the follow of A. Okay. So you can see that A is present here. But on the right hand side again, it is not a terminal. That's why what we will do is we will find the first of B. So what is the first of B? You can easily say that the first of B is D and epsilon. Okay, so here what we would do is we would write D and we would replace this particular variable with epsilon. And now what is the follow of this particular epsilon which we have eliminated here is B. So D and B will be the follow of A. Okay, and now let's just find the follow of B. The follow of B, as we can easily see here, that B is the terminal that is following B. That's why B is the follow of capital B. In this example, we have to find the follow of A. Okay, so here you can see that in the follow of A we have B. So we would find the first of B. So let's find the first of B first. Okay, so first of B is B and epsilon. Okay, so we would write B here and we would eliminate B with epsilon, and after that we have nothing. That's why we would write dollar. So you can see that the follow of A will be B dollar. Now let's find the follow of B. Okay, so here you can see that no string is following B. That's why the follow of B will be dollar. This is how we find out first and follow. I hope each examples were clear to you, and if you have any comments you can comment down below. Thank you.